I've always wanted to write a book. I was a child who read a lot. A very precocious reader. I read Things Fall Apart when I was about 5 years old. And, I remember we lived next door to Chinua Achebe, actually, in Nsukka then. And, I was like a party trick. I would be rolled out to answer questions about Things Fall Apart at different events. So because I read a lot, I then inevitably started trying to write. And so I was, in the Young Writers Club at the primary school in Nsukka, and I was editor of the college magazine at King's College, The Mermaid. And so that desire to write was always there. And when I got into medical school, I felt, medicine has taken over. You'll never actually have the opportunity to write because you'll be so busy. And then through serendipity, I had lots of friends who were writers who I kept in touch with. But through serendipity, I met the deputy editor of Granta at a social event, and we stayed in touch. And, she was Zimbabwean Ella Alfie, and strangely enough, she's my editor now at Common Gate. And I had been introduced to her by my friend Binyavanga Wainaina, the late Kenyan author. And the three of us, this Kenyan, this Zimbabwean, and this Nigerian, who all loved books, ended up at a restaurant in the West End in London. And we got there at 7, and we were talking till 1 a.m. And, it was that kind of bonding. And she gave me her card when she was leaving and said, you must keep in touch. And I wrote to say thank you for her time and for the meal, and forgot about it. And about 6-8 months later, she got in touch saying, we are doing the next editor of Granta magazine, the literary magazine, and the theme is medicine. And we've got all the pieces we need, but we're missing something. And I remembered you were a doctor and you knew lots of writers. Is there someone you can recommend we could approach to write something for us? And I said, I'll have a think, but I've got this piece I wrote a while back. And she said, well, send it. And I tease her about it now because she was dismissive. It was, send it, but give me some names, okay? And I remember thinking, but you haven't even read what I sent. How do why are you so focused on other people? And I sent it, and it was a piece I'd written called People Don't Get Depressed in Nigeria. And it was about my experience as a youth copper, trying to diagnose depression in rural northern Nigeria, and a lot of social commentary as well. And I sent it to her, and about an hour later, I got a call saying, we like it, we want to publish it. And so I got the opportunity to publish on a platter of gold. People apply to Granta, send things in and don't get published for years.